wish I could talk the same. I know song is just a game. I'm getting good at cheating. That's how you talk. I actually talk a good game.
Hello, it's Stuart here. Today I'm going to be talking about the first World Cup game that England are going to be playing, and that will be against Tunisia. And I'm going to basically go through what my first 11 will be, what I would pick based on current form, obviously the squad that's available, the last two friendlies that we played, and incorporate it into this system that Gareth Southgate has chosen to deploy, the kind of 3-5-2 or 3-5-2-1-1, if you like, that kind of system. I would personally adapt it slightly, so the front sits almost a 3-4-3 almost, but I'll just explain as I go through the players what I'm thinking about. So in goal, Jordan Pickford. I actually think Nick Pope is probably a better goalkeeper, but we obviously haven't seen him in England shirt. He hasn't got that experience that Jordan has, so I'm going to go Jordan Pickford. Feel fairly confident in him actually as a goalkeeper. I don't think he's amazing, but I think he'll do a decent job for us. And on that right wing back, as a Liverpool fan, I have gone for this player, not because I'm a Liverpool fan, but because I'm a Liverpool fan, I've had the chance to see him a lot more than maybe some of the other fans that don't watch so many Liverpool games have. And Alexander-Arnold has been absolutely phenomenal for Liverpool, especially towards the end of the season. He really, really started to pick up his game. Like the Champions League final, one of the better players for us. Young, but can take the pressure. I would definitely have him in there. I think his set pieces are phenomenal. I think he's the best set piece taker we've got, and I definitely think that he should be given a chance, especially against Tunisia. It's our first game. It's not going to be a particularly difficult game. It shouldn't be a difficult game. I'm confident in this England team. I think we're going to do quite well. Especially against those weaker oppositions like Tunisia, I'd definitely start him. And if he does well, roll with it and let him go through the tournament. I mean, let's say we win against Tunisia and we win our next game and then we play Belgium. By then, he's got 2 games under his belt, confidence to be up, and we're already guaranteed qualification. So by then, so that takes that pressure off him, and he's then got a decent team he's played against going into that last 16. So Alexander-Arnold, definitely 100% on that one. On the left, I don't think he will start. I think Gareth Southgate looks like he prefers Danny Rose. I am going to pick Ashley Young at left back. I think he's been amazing for Manchester United in that sort of left back role. Full of energy. You wouldn't think he's the age he is. And again, another great crosser in that. Not the last friendly England played, the one before. I can't remember who played, slips my mind. But for me, he was one of the best players on the pitch that day. And his crosses were spot on. I think it was some really cracking crosses in there. It was almost Beckham-esque, I thought, when I was watching that particular game. I don't think he'll let anyone down. I think as a wing back, I think could be really effective for us. One of the surprise players of the tournament for me, if Gareth Southgate does decide to play him. I think Kyle Walker at that right centre back position is basically guaranteed, so he's in there obviously. I like the way he can bring the ball out. John Stones, I've gone for the central centre back. Again, great ball player, can bring the ball out. I'm looking forward to seeing him. I think great thing about John Stones is that he hasn't played that much football, and we know he's a great defender. So actually, that is one of those players with fresh legs. You know, we can't use that. I'm tired. I've had a long season. We've got some players in the squad, and we'll probably get into the 11, like John Stones, that haven't played a full season. So that will be interesting to see. But definitely think John Stones will start. The third centre-back position, I think Gareth Southgate will go with Maguire. I would go with Maguire. I like Cahill. And he scored recently as well. He might go for Cahill. I think he'll go for Maguire. I'm going for Maguire. He looks like a solid defender to me. Great in an England shirt. I think he'll surprise a few people. Solid throughout our stay in Russia. Holding defensive midfielder. I am going to go, well, you won't be surprised being a Liverpool supporter again, I'm going for Jordan Henderson. I am amazed at how much negativity surrounds Jordan Henderson. I think he's an amazing holding midfielder and even attacking midfielder when he plays there. But I definitely would have Jordan Henderson in there. There's a reason why Jurgen Klopp picked him as his captain. There's a reason why Gareth Southgate's had him as captain. He is a great leader. He looks after his team. He works really hard. No one works harder than Jordan Henderson, actually. He's a workhorse. And I think the problem with people see him is he passing sideways. He does pass sideways a lot, but he does keep possession, and he does actually try a lot of forward through passes. I think people just don't. I don't know. You just don't seem to see that. I don't get it. I think he's a great player. Took Liverpool to the Champions League final as a captain. Hey, let's support our team now. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like Jordan, but I hope the last friendly he played, people were pleasantly surprised. I think he maybe changed a few people's minds a little bit there. So I hope he builds on that and can continue to impress people, so we can really get behind him. Now, I would go with 3 very attacking midfielders. So really was torn. Yeah, Rashford. I've gone for Rashford, Sterling, and Ali. That means Lingard misses out, which I'm not sure about that one, but I just can't see where I can fit him in without dropping Rashford. And Sterling has to play. Dele Alli for me has to play. Still got a bit to prove. If he doesn't perform in them early games, then perhaps Ali comes out for Lingard. Unless of course Rashford doesn't step up. But I would like to see Rashford. We could start with Lingard and then bring Rashford on as a bit of a surprise. But if I had to, that's the 3 I'm going with right now. Rashford, Sterling, Ali behind Jamie Vardy. No, it's not. It's Harry Kane. You got to go with Harry Kane. Of course you have. I'd like Jamie Vardy, actually. Obviously, you got to go with Harry, but Jamie Vardy could play if what person to bring off the bench if you need to pull goal back. I think that's the great thing about this England squad. There's so much versatility in it. On the bench now, we've got Lingard, Vardy. There's a couple of other ones that can change a game. Loftus-Cheek, really like Loftus-Cheek. These players, right? What great players to have on the bench. Really amazing. And any of them could start still, and maybe will start. I don't think Gareth Southgate is going to pick this 11 that I've picked. It's going to be reasonably close to it. I think there'll be a few different faces in there. But I do think I've got a sneaky suspicion he is going to start with Rashford, Sterling and Ali in that first game. Just because, we can afford to be so much more attacking. I think Gareth's clever. I think he knows that. He'll go for it. And it will pay off. And it will give us a good kickstart to the tournament. And so that's my starting 11. I'd really be interested to hear what your opinions are. I'm going to be doing a lot of these videos all through the World Cup. I'm going to do previous best ever 11s. I quite enjoy looking and talking about best 11s. So I'm going to do England past and choose sort of rest of the world team, best 11, all that kind of stuff. So look out for those. Be wicked if you could give me a subscribe so you don't miss any of these videos. And I really would love to hear your opinions, even if you think I'm a complete idiot and you think I've got it all wrong. Let's have a debate. Let's talk about it.